YouTube? I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out the Monster Match game from Happy Planet. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 6 plus. It'll take about 10 minutes to play. And in the Monster Match game, you are going to try to get the most donuts that you can by rolling dice and quickly trying to read those dice and then touch a monster that matches those dice. It is a light, simple, children/family game. But is it good? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Monster Match game. So first and foremost, we're going to handy-dandy rule sheet. It is one page, single-sided, because the back stuff is just all advertisements and whatnot. It's very well done, should have you up and running in no time at all, and also, I can teach you how to play the game because there's only 5 steps in the whole game right here. So in Monster Match, you are going to be rolling the dice each and every turn, and then trying to find the monsters. You're going to try and find one monster that matches what is on the dice. So everyone's going to be trying to find one monster, and if it's not, you're going to hit this boop zilch button right here in the middle. Why are you trying to touch the monsters? Well, because the monsters have donuts in the bottom right-hand corner, and those donuts are going to be your victory points at the end of the game. Sounds simple? Well, it is simple. Let's go over the components. Let's get in the gameplay. So first, the star of the show is obviously going to be monsters, 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 and more monster cards. And each of the monsters is going to be a little bit different. They'll have different numbers of arms, different numbers of legs, different numbers of eyes, different numbers of donuts in the bottom right-hand corner between the numbers 1, 2, and 3 donuts. Actually, that worked out perfect. 1 donut, 2 donuts, 3 donuts. And you're going to, at the beginning of the game, set out 10 monsters around the table, like so, or like however you really want to. You're also going to put this zilch token right here in the middle. And the zilch, I'll tell you about it a little bit later, but it's actually really helpful because it tells you what you do on the bottom. If anybody ever touches this correctly at the right time, you're going to add 10 more cards to the board. Last but not least, you're going to get these dice right here. And the dice, you're going to have 2 dice. This one has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the number dice. And this is the body part dice. It's going to have eyes, legs, and arms. And how the game works is you're going to roll, and you can take turns rolling, or one person can do it over and over again. It doesn't really matter. And then every single person at the table is going to try to, as fast as they can, touch one monster that matches what is on the die. So for now, we're looking for a monster with 2 arms. So one person might go, oh, right there. And someone else might be looking around, and we don't see any more monsters with 2 arms. So this person will put this into their scoring pile, and they now have 1 point. Then someone else is going to roll the dice again. Simple as that. 2 legs. So we might be like 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs. Where's 2 legs? Where's 2 legs? Bam! Right there. So this person might get that point. And then you keep doing this. Now, eventually, what's going to happen? 4 eyes, 4 eyes, 4 eyes, 4 eyes, 4 eyes. Oh, right there. And right there. So maybe this guy gets that, and this guy gets that. And as you can see, we're starting to have less and less monsters in the middle. And once this happens, 5 legs, 5 legs, 5 legs, 5 legs. Oh, and there's 5 legs right there. So this guy would get that. Roll it up again. 4 arms, 4 arms, 4 arms, 4 arms, 4 arms. So now we have the scenario where there is not a monster with 4 arms out. We got 3, 1, 3, 5, and 0. So now whoever is the first person to hit the zilch button is going to get the top card from the deck, which in this case would be 2 victory points, so good for you. And then you were going to add 10 more cards to the outside of the card. Just as simple as that. So now you're going to have more monsters to look at and more things to touch in the game. Now, what will happen from time to time is that someone will accidentally touch the wrong one. So let's see. We got 5 arms, and someone goes, oh, 5 arms! And you're like, oh, no, that doesn't have 5 arms. Oh, that's terrible glare. That one doesn't have 5 arms. Well, when that happens, you have to put one of your cards back in the middle of the table. So you essentially are penalized for touching at the wrong time. Also, if you ever touch the zilch button, when there is something out there that could, so in this instance, let's see. So somebody touches zilch and be like, no, there's a 5-arm monster right here. Well, now this person who touched that is going to have to put one of their cards in the middle. You're going to continue to go until you play the last card of the deck, meaning you put the last card out, at which point you will tally up your donut points in the bottom right-hand corner in your scoring piles, and whoever has the most donuts will be the winner of Monster Match game. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Monster Match game from Happy Planet. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. This is a children/family game, and if you're not in the market for a children/family game, this one will not be for you. This is not a party game, this is not a game night game, this is not a filler game. No other scenario you're probably going to play this aside from those instances. Also, this is a speed game. Some people just do not like speed games. Some kids do not like speed games because they're bad at them. And if you have a kid who's not very good at speed games and gets frustrated with speed games, this one's not going to be for you because it's all about going fast. It's all about trying to touch the monster as fast as you can. Also, I liked it best at the higher player counts, your 3s, your 4s, your 5s, your 6s, in particular 4, 5, 6. It just makes it a little bit more hectic and a little bit more fast-paced when you're trying to touch stuff. It's not a bad game at 2 players. It's just I would much rather play it at 4, 5, and 6 as opposed to 2 and 3. I would say another con is the packaging. Some people like boxes, but come on. Come on, really? Is anybody not going to like this packaging? This packaging is pretty stinking awesome, so I'm not even going to mention it. You know, it's just incredibly light. It's incredibly simple. There's no real strategy to this game. It's just look at the dice and touch a monster as fast as you can. I guess the minor bit of strategy would be to try to get the donuts, the one that has more donuts. But honestly, you know what you're getting with this game. Moving on to the pros, Monster Matching Game is a good family game, and it's a great children's game. And I want to preface that. I always like to mention this. What do I mean by children's game, family game? Family game is the kind of game that, to me, you play with your family, but you have to be there to play the game with them. Children's game, in my personal opinion, means a game that kids can play by themselves with no adults around, and they can perfectly play the game. And that is what the Magic Game is. I think you could teach this to a 6 or 7-year-old, and they could teach it to all the other 6 and 7-year-olds in your household or in your neighborhood or whatnot, and they could play it with no issues whatsoever, and that is where Monster Matching Game is really hitting its stride. It is a light, simple game that children can learn easily, and they can teach easily by themselves, which I like. I played it with my son. He enjoyed the game. I played it with the kids in my class. They enjoyed the game, but I will say the younger kids enjoyed it a lot more than the older kids. As I started to play it with the 10 and 11-year-olds, they were like, yeah, it's okay. You know, it's a fun little speed game, but there's other games I would rather play that just had more meat on the bones. So in the end, I can recommend this. The packaging is good, the artwork is good, the rules are good, easy to learn, easy to teach, nice dice, it's easy to take with you, and if you're in the market for a good family game, or if you're in the market for a children's game for your kids ages 6 to 9 years old, absolutely no-brainer with this game. I think they're going to have a lot of fun with it if they like speed games. Other than that, though, this is a really hard recommendation. It's somewhat of a niche game, but it is one that I'm going to be keeping in my collection to play with my son and also in my classroom to play with the younger kids, the 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. So that is the Monster Matching Game from Happy Planet. It is a good, fun, light children's game. Great children's game, I'd say, and a good family weight game. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. Do you like packaging that goes out of the way to be different, to be unique? For me personally, yes, I really do most of the time, but I also find that I have a higher tolerance for it when it comes to children's and family games. When adult games trying to do it, it kind of annoys me. Because here's the thing, I have my own special spot for children's games. And so the more unique and different it looks, I feel like the more likely children are going to be drawn to that. Whereas the more unique and weird adult games look, people are like, what's up with that box? That box sucks. Why does that box look like that? It's so hard to put it in with the rest of my collection because maybe it's too big or it's too long or it's an odd shape or it's round or something like that. So for me personally, I do like that kind of packaging, but mostly when it's children's and family games. Let me know in the comments below, though. What are your thoughts on odd-shaped packaging? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.